in Indy Lights right now are the future stars of IndyCar.
Here's your starting grid. Gustavo Yacamán and Victor Carbone will go off on the front row. Yacamán, boy, he desperately wants to win this race. Carlos Munoz and Jorge Goncalves. Remember the hit that Goncalves had here 1 year ago? It was frightening. We're happy to see him back. David Ostella and Brandon Wagner. Wagner has won before on an oval in this series. He's a short tracker from right here in the Midwest. Alon Day and Emerson Newton-John. There he is. He is the nephew of Olivia Newton-John, and looking forward to a good race here, qualified at over 186.6. Tristan Vautier opened this 100. This is 40 laps, 100 miles here at the world's greatest race course, and we're being told that Krohn's problem is the brakes are locked up. The crew will try to do whatever they can for him, but as they come to the line, they will start without Anders Krohn and the Brian Herta Autosport entry on the grid. This looks like a good alignment here. They're waiting for the green flag. Will it come out? It will, and we're racing at Indy.
We just got a really good start. 4 wide going into 1 here. Incredible. Look at the low line.
And just like that,
the 26 car out front.
Holy cow.
Very, very good
Gustavo Yacamán really, Ari, a little bit of a surprise there. I thought Gus would really be good coming to the line, but instead he gives up 2 quick positions.
Look at Saavedra battling there also to make up some positions.
Well, it's Carlos Munoz, though, who really made the move, but here comes Carbone. So Victor Carbone not wasting any time, Dario.
No, absolutely not. That's the thing. The leader is a little bit of a sitting duck with a draft here. If some guys are running 4 wide behind, they might make a break for it. As soon as we get a yellow, though, it's going to stack back up.
And they said that gearing was definitely one of those things where they don't have a lot of gears to select from. So being out in front is very difficult to hold that lead. And now we see a pass for the lead again.
So Gustavo Yacamán, who was the man on point, bringing him to the line, gave up a couple of positions early to this driver in the 26, Carlos Munoz. And Munoz with another nice pass in turn number 1.
That was a cracking pass, wasn't it? And that's the thing you see is these Indy Lights cars running side by side through the corner as well. That just isn't an option for the Indy car. You get the Indy car up in the grey, you're going on the fence, much like Hildebrand did at the end of the race last year.
Carbone looking to the inside.
And look who's in 4th place right now. Saavedra making moves all the way up to 4th already.
Yeah, Sebastian Saavedra, who started back in the middle of the pack. Let's get an update from pit lane and Jake Query.
As you watch Victor Carbone, keep in mind, guys, this is essentially now his home track. When he came here at the age of 18, he was homesick at first. So what did he do? He decided to move to Indianapolis and make this his home, and he spent his free time in the gym. As a result, Victor Carbone says that things have gotten far more comfortable for him in working out in a race car. Right now, he has worked his way, of course, up into the lead at the Freedom 100.
Yeah, and guess who he drives for, guys? Sam Schmidt Motorsports.
He's the first guy to lead more than 3 corners, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so wild and woolly right now. Carbone out in front, the driver from Sao Paulo, Brazil. But here comes Munoz once again, Ari.
Yeah, Munoz definitely good inside line right here. It looks like he has the advantage into 3.
I'm not so sure, Dario, that maybe Gustavo Yacamán didn't decide that 3rd is better than the lead right now.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, look how high he is up there. He's just playing around, learning for that towards the end of the race. But he's very experienced, and yeah, doesn't pay anything to lead right now. There's only 1 lap.
Look at
Saavedra all the way on the inside of the wall.
Boy, and Gus didn't give him much room there either, guys.
Bit of a block there, you think?
Yeah. Woo! So Gustavo Yacamán playing a bit of cat and mouse there with Sebastian Saavedra. And guys, let's face it, these guys have been, I don't want to say, well, combatants might not be the right word. They 2 cars.
Yeah,
3 cars together, a big hit.
More.
That's the 22 of David Ostella. He was in the yellow and white car, made the first contact. The orange and black car also involved.
It looked like
looks
the
like
7th
Oliver
car.
Webb.
Yeah,
came down a little bit. Right?
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a little.
That's exactly. Stay out of trouble, and unfortunately for David Ostella, he wasn't able to here.
Yeah, that's what you get when you're sort of in the mid to back of the Indy Lights races. You really have to keep your nose clean. But in that sort of instance, he had nowhere to go.
So again, there's the first hit by Ostella, then Webb. Interestingly enough, guys, I think Brandon Wagner, did he get away from this one unscathed? Here he is.
Looks like it.
Looks like he did.
He's right in the middle of the track there, headed towards the bottom of your screen in the blue and white car.
He might have.
Don't even think about points when you race at the speed, right?
No.
No, especially in Indy Lights.
It normally comes to me after the race. I think either, yeah, you've got a lot of points today, or Really?
Look at the gap Vautier is trying to create for himself, trying to get a little run on this, a little jump on this restart, I think.
We might get in trouble for that.
This race has never been won. If you didn't start on the front row, you've not won this race.
Really?
Yeah, that's how important it is to be on the front row here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Firestone Indy Lights. Victor Carbone in that blue and white car. He will be the leader, but here comes Mr. Munoz. They're not going to make it easy for him, Ari.
No, Munoz on the inside. Great look here. Looks like he's going to hold on to it.
Carlos Munoz. That's nice. And Dario, that's the second or third time that he's pulled off that move.
Yeah.
Jackman got a little loose out of one there, but was able to keep it low. Look, he's into third now.
Here comes Saavedra.
Look at him searching for the rear wing of the car in front to get the draft.
Saavedra trying to pull up on the Jackman car. That is the yellow, blue, and he's got the red engine cowling. Carbone back to the front in turn 3, guys.
Gosh, like Jackman's got a really good toe right here, but he lost a little momentum. So let's see what we can do. Every lap, this seems to be a lead change. So.
Yeah. Look at the lead Carbone's got there. He looks strong. He looks the strongest of the 4 up front right now.
Well, get this. We've got a Brazilian leading this race, and he is being literally in a pack pursued by 3 Colombians. Truthfully, you've got 3 drivers from Colombia trying to chase him down. And right now, Victor Carbone doing a good job. Jackman looks like he wants something here, Ari. He keeps looking to the outside, looking to the inside. Is he just pacing himself at this point?
Jackman's super aggressive, so he's looking to get to the front. I don't think he's very patient at all. I think he's going to follow Munoz on the bottom here. I think that's what his plan is. Let's see if it works out. They're going to try to hold. Oh, he couldn't do it.
Side by side.
Picked up some understeer there.
I haven't driven one of these, Ari, but it looks like the outside, if you can hang there, it's it releases the car a bit quicker off the corner. You can kind of stay up there and run with the guys on the inside. Is that
great?
fair?
But yeah, that's true. But if
here we go, 3 wide.
Going to go to the middle. Look at this. Vautier's got a bird's eye view.
Look at Jackman on the inside. He's going to pull it off.
Well, he's still too wide.
Oh, he had to back off. Look at Vautier. Vautier is sitting duck right now.
Munoz did a great job there, just saying, okay, guys, have at it.
Well, how about Esteban Guerrieri, who started at the back? He's right back in this thing, as Guerrieri is currently top 3 in points, but not thinking about that.
Jackman not able to hold on to the lead here.
And Carbone is still out in front in 3.
Oh, they're so close.
Vautier had a bird's eye view of that move coming down the front straight into turn number 1. Look at Guerrieri, plus 13 on the day so far, and that's a pretty good day's work already, and we're only 12 laps, 11 complete. Oh!
Did he hit the wall there?
I think he did. I think Jackman bounced off the inside wall.
That is crazy.
Wow. Boy.
Jackman's very strong right now, but he does seem to pick up an understeer if he's really close.
Jackman from Santiago de Cali de Colombia.
We've only got 27 laps to go.
My gosh. Gustavo Jackman, I think right now.
I think he's going for the lead here.
Dario, is he defining the word fearless?
Oh, yeah. I think most of the Indy Lights drivers do that every time I watch one of the races.
He's backed off. I think he's content right here. I think Jackman's going to sit right here for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Ari, what is your... Okay, so we've got warnings being issued to both the 2 of Gustavo Jackman and the 27 of Sebastian Saavedra, longtime rivals from Colombia. And I'm curious, Ari, what does your spotter say to you when you use the inside wall to bounce off of and try to make the pass?
As you can see, Jackman right now is just sort of biding his time. Like, he's just lifting and just trying to run away from the 2 AFS cars in the back here.
Yeah,
so
if they're smart, they work together, right?
If they're smart, if Jackman's smart right now, he'll just sit on that rear wing and see if they can pull away from these 2 AFS and Andretti cars.
Well, Munoz has been in front a couple of times, but Dario, he hasn't been able to lead at the line, so officially he has not been a leader in this race.
Yeah, but I think Ari's got a good point. These 2 guys in front right now, they're using a lot of intelligence. You're just sitting there, and 2 cars go quicker than 1 round here if you can sit on the gearbox. And Jackman's playing it pretty smart. But just saying that, here come the AFS cars.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think they probably radioed to the AFS guys and said, all right, you guys work together. You don't want them to pull away, you know?
Yep. Gustavo Jackman right now riding the tail of Victor Carbone into turn number 1, working the draft for all it's worth. How much air do you need on the front of these cars, Ari, to make it to a corner?
Like a foot. So, I mean, if you go in directly behind the guy, you'll pick up a lot of understeer. But if you can just hang out just the tip of that wing, you know, it's enough for an Indy Lights car.
Guerrieri and Vautier. It looks like now, guys, we got 3 groups of 2. And when just as we say that, the AFS cars go side by side.
Right, here's Munoz making a move on Saavedra. And, you know, I I really think Munoz has the better car. He seems to be quicker. Yeah, and he was really good in practice the other day working in traffic, and their engineer, Stu Hayner, is very impressed with him.
Yeah, Munoz in his first oval start, getting a world of experience here, but looks like Dario has been doing this all of his life.
He does. He's taken to it very, very well, and he's been patient as well, which is a big part of oval racing. See when these guys are dipping below the white line here? It gets pretty loose down there. It's bumpy below that white line now because of the stock cars changing the shape of the tarmac. It gets loose down there. So anytime you see a guy going down there, they're going to be fighting with the car a little bit. That's something to bear in mind towards the end of the race there.
Yeah, well, Munoz is a series rookie, and he comes to us from Bogota, Colombia. As we mentioned, 3 Colombian drivers after a bit of a dry spell for Colombia. Dario, all of a sudden we're seeing these young Colombians now back in open wheel racing.
Yeah, they didn't have such a dry spell in the late 90s with that Montoya character, did they? I spent a lot of time fighting against him, and he is one of the toughest competitors. If these guys have got half the talent of him, they'll be looking good.
Gustavo Yakiman, you can't get much closer than that as he runs just behind Victor Carbone. 16 of 40 are being shown complete. We've got a great race here at the Speedway.